Hello farmers and welcome back to Western Australia. I just got done bringing over all of the organic waste to our compost silo. And it's not going to take me long to well, there we go. I'm done compacting. I was kind of compacting as I was putting it in here. So not much compacting to do. And now we got that fermenting. So we should have some more compost in the morning. Not that I need it right away, but since I just emptied out all of the organic waste, I think now is a good time to compact it. And do it now instead of waiting for the future. Let's go ahead and park up the Case Magnum tractor. Actually, I'll probably be using this in just a moment. But, yeah, a couple episodes ago when we started making all the sugar, some comments were coming in about, doing more with sugar production. And I did some looking into production buildings and what could use some sugar. And I found something that I found kind of interesting. And we're going to go ahead and do that. But what I'm going to need here is I'm going to need some straw, of all things. Straw and sugar? Yeah, it'll all make sense here in just a little bit. We'll grab that bale right there. Got a whole bunch of straw there as well. I think the capacity of this production building needs about 20,000 liters at full. So we're going to go over to the sugar productions. I think this is the best place to put this. I kind of forgot the name of the mod, but the name of the mod should be shown when we get into the building mode. So basically, got a big bump here. There we go. Basically, we're going to be making some tableware products. And it's basically like we're making plastic from straw and sugar. So I looked, I Googled this. I'm like, is that even a thing? And yes, it is. So I was kind of shocked about that. So we can use some sugar and some straw and some water. That's all we need to put down, and we can make some tableware products. So it should be pretty good. I was actually surprised at the price of this production building. It's really cheap. I did not change the XML file for this. So let's go into construction, productions, scroll on down, and we should see it here somewhere. It's called the Harvest Productions, and it only costs 20,000. Now, the building reminds me of the firewood production that we did on Oceanside. So the building looks the same, but for only 20,000, I think we can afford to put this down here. I'm just trying to make sure I give myself some room to get into our silo to unload sugarcane there. There we go. We'll put that there. Also, while we're here, though, we're going to do... Is it silos or silo extensions? Silo extensions. We need some water, of all things, as well. And this did work when I tested it on my test map, so it better work here. I know the range of this is pretty wide. You know what? If we put it, like... Can't be placed there? Why not? Why can't it be placed here? Okay, this is interesting. Why can't I place this? Why? Why? We own that property. Wait, I can place it. All right, now, what? Wait, what? Is it because it's in a field? Okay, this is kind of interesting. Can I place it anywhere around here? Let me go ahead and exit out of construction mode. Maybe something's glitched. Let's try this. Can't be placed here. Alright, we'll figure that out in just a moment. Where's my straw bale? And we'll put this in here. So I do believe we got one of our sugar production plants on distributing. So that should take that into... Oh, wait. I was like, you know why? It did take it. Because it only takes 20,000. And that bale was over 20,000 liters. So that can stay there. Let me just double check on our sugar productions. And by the way, it's going to be snowing all day here. So we'll probably just advance very shortly. So we are going to... I'm going to activate that. But we just need straw, sugar, and water, and we'll get what we call Harvest Tableware. And if I go up to here and scroll on down, I hope it's not a production that's kind of like the crude oil on American Falls, where it just makes a bunch of money. But we can see Harvest Tableware currently sells for 1748, and it can get up to 2100. So I guess all depends how much it makes it. Yeah, we're going to check on your sugar productions there, Peanut, to make sure that you got one of them on distribute. Sugar spawning. Yeah, this is on distributing, and we already got 86,000 liters waiting to go somewhere. So let me see here. So we should get sugar in this building here very soon. But let me see why I cannot place the water silo down. That is rather interesting for sure. Oh, wait, I wonder if I got the... Maybe, like I said, I should be able to place it on farmland or a field. Let me go ahead and let's try landscaping, painting. That's asphalt. Where is the... That looks like concrete to me a little bit. But let's go ahead and widen this out a little bit. We're going to start putting down... Yes, I do have free landscaping on, so... I realize we're getting rid of some of the grass field here, but this has become a production area. So we're just going to go ahead and throw all this down here. Less grass, I know, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Spin around here, let's get rid of that grass. Careful of... I don't think it deletes sugar. I think it would delete like grass or hay if it was on the ground. Alright, we'll call that good. Okay, let's go back to silo extensions. Cannot be placed here. Alright, I need to figure out why I cannot place this around here. So what I think might be happening here, and I'm going to have to do a little test. I may lose a little bit of money. It's going to be kind of weird. We may put a greenhouse out here just for the time being. Since it says water for animals and greenhouses, I think this has to be in range of one of those in order to be placed down. Let's go ahead and do production greenhouses. Do I got like a really, really cheap greenhouse? Here's one for 3,000. We'll just put it right there. And now let's go back to building silo extensions. And now I can place it down. So yes, it has to be. Alright, that's fine. Let's do that. I mean, I will leave that greenhouse there for now. Actually, you know what? With that greenhouse there, does that require... That's just a standard greenhouse. Maybe I'll just use it while it's there, right? Where is that greenhouse? Small greenhouse. That just requires water. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and activate. 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 Tomatoes. Distributing lettuce. Wait, I don't think I need lettuce for anything, do I? Wait, where's that? I don't think I need lettuce for anything. Just sell lettuce straight up, right? Strawberries and tomatoes I need there. Alright, so distributing. Lettuce can be on selling. And strawberries can be on distributing. And now if I go to this building, where's my tableware? So we got... Ooh, why does it not show water? It should. Maybe I gotta go to the top of the hour. Okay, that worked on my test map to where that would take water. Okay. Well, so I put the greenhouse down and this down here for nothing apparently? Well, that's a little disappointing. So I suppose if I got to get water and put water in here, I'm going to need a water tanker of all things. All right, we will get to that at a later time. I'll do a little bit more thinking about it. Maybe it just needs a little bit more time to get distributed over there. I don't think so, but we will just give it a little bit of time here. Just make sure I got everything on. You know what? Oh, no, it is active. So I got it on active, so that should call in the water. I'll put that on. Whoop! I'll put that on spawning. All right, we'll just give that a little bit of time. All right. Anyways, what I need to move on to after all that is we need to get over to our new field that we purchased last episode, and we got to grab some soil samples out of that. Now, some more thinking I was doing is, I think this upcoming season I would like to be able to buy our harvester, but that's going to cost a pretty penny. And the reason why I would like to do that, for a couple reasons. We got 2 fields now that are going to require a combine. Well, I mean, excluding the sugarcane field because that's a different combine. And now I'm going to have different crop types and when they're going to be ready, so that would mean different months for harvesting. Yeah, so that means I would have to lease a harvester for 2 days or 2 months. So, yeah, I got to figure out how I want to do that. Yeah, $500,000-ish is more than enough for what we need to buy the harvester. Not the header, but to buy the harvester, so I can have it whenever we need, and no more leasing fees. That would be good. Let's grab the Massey Ferguson. So I just want to get the soil samples, and then we're going to move on from August, because it is, I checked the forecast, it's going to be snowing all the way until 6 o'clock in the evening. But the snow should not accumulate at all. And then when we get to the month of September, springtime should be here. We can plant our crops, but we're going to have to put some lime down first. Okay, let's unfold our soil sampler. Let's get the map out. We're going to have to go with the big map. Alright, let's get ourselves somewhere. Right about here will be good. Now, the one thing someone kind of mentioned, and I didn't really think about it because that's something I usually do, is selling land back. With the dynamic field prices mod, when you go to sell land, I don't know how the mod reacts, meaning, yeah, we can buy it for a discount or buy it for overpriced. Can I sell my land for more than what it's worth? I do got a little bit of a corner up here I need to get, so we will, you know what, if I'm going to grab a little bit of the corner, I might as well try to get some of the sugarcane field to kind of keep that updated also. Yes, I'm not really sure how that all works about selling the land. But this right here is going to be a big help to the farm, of course, for many reasons. But for one, selling all the grain and bringing in all kinds of money. And we're going to have tons of straw, which is, you know, the good idea for these, you know, making the tableware production building that we just put down. I just got to go ahead and try to get that water to work. It worked on my test map, so I got to figure out why it's not working here. Maybe I could just save the game, reload the game, and it would work. I have no idea. Trying to get all the way down here to the corner, and I think we can do. There we go. Now we'll spin around here. Kind of hard to see on the map itself where the property boundaries are, but you can get a rough idea. You know what? I might be able to get it all in one, but it'd be kind of close. Let's go ahead and grab it by 2. Oh, the one thing I didn't check when I was buying the field, not that it matters right now, but now I am kind of curious. What is the potential yield off this field? Wait, where do I see that stat? Expected yield potential, 104%. All right, so that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and send those samples in. Let me go ahead and put the soil sampler away. I don't want to leave it on the tractor like I did last time, and the worker kept taking soil samples while it was planting on the field. Oh, the field doesn't need to be plowed or anything, does it? No. Looks like we already got our samples in. Yes. Of course, pH value is going to be bad. Only cost $1,085 to get all those soil samples done. But then again, I am using a modded soil sampler. Twister is just walking out in the middle of the road. Taking habits from me from just driving across while looking for traffic. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save the game and then reload and see if I got water going into our new production building, which is technically called, where is it here? Tableware, Harvest Productions. Yeah, let's see if I can get that water in there from that mod. So, been just fooling around a little bit, trying to get this water silo to work. Yeah, I went ahead and bought another one. It's only $5 grand. I figured, why not put it down? Maybe it's got to be up front. I went back to my test map, and yeah, I got like over 1 billion liters of water in there. I went down and leased a water tanker just to go ahead and get it going. I figured, well, maybe if I just put some water in here, maybe it'll take it after that. So, and it has not. But we are producing tableware anyways at this point. And I'm just going to go ahead and throw some water in here. And we will keep that leased for now. It was like $500 to lease this water tanker. It's like $8,000 if I wanted to buy it outright, and maybe I'll have to. We shall see. But I think the water, we'll see how long the water lasts. Actually, what's the recipe? So it's cycles per month to 1,300, and it's 1 liter per cycle. So if I were to fill this with water, that's going to last almost over a year. I think we're fine with that. Let me go ahead and refill this up all the way. And then we'll just return the water tanker. Sounds easy enough at this point. And then we'll get to the month of September, and then we'll start spreading some lime down. And then we'll lease a decent-sized drill to put our oats in. Now, the one thing I'm remembering for crop rotation, and maybe it was an FS19 that it did this. I kind of forgot when I bought the field. I said, yeah, let's just put oats in it. I'm like, wait a minute, crop rotation. And I went over there, just like the other field that we bought. Where am I going? I need water, which is over here. It did remember what the previous crop was from the AI owners. I went over there, and currently it just says that field was follow and follow, meaning no crop in it whatsoever. So crop rotation doesn't really matter what I plant over there. It's going to be pretty darn good. I think the owner had sugar beet in that last season, so kind of weird. But moving forward, crop rotation will matter. But this year it's going to be oats, so we can get tons of straw for our cows, and also our plastic production, although it's called harvest production. So really, I've spent about we'll just say $40,000 to get this production up and going. But it'll allow us to use more sugar and just straw and water. That's all it takes, and we'll get our money back from the table production pretty darn fast, I think. Yeah, so saving the game and reloading into the game did not get that water silo to work for that production building, although on my test map, I don't know how I got it to work, so... The mysteries sometime of mods in Farming Simulator. Why sometimes something will work and sometimes it doesn't. I do like having this little water hole here. Nice little place to come just to get water if you want to do so. Of course, there's many other ways to get water. You can put down a fire hydrant or so many mods out there to get water for free. If I gotta lease this once every year and a half or whatever for 400 bucks, I'm fine with that. Alright, so that's all the water that it can take. So we're just gonna go ahead and we shall return that. Actually, I'm gonna leave that case right here. And I think we're all set. The sheep got plenty of food, correct? Yes, they do. The wool they're not backed up on. And as for our production buildings, of course, the orchards are not going to be running. This is now running. All those are going. Greenhouses are all going. Orchards, no run. And everything else is running. And now we're going to run home. Or we're going to teleport home. As for the sale page, nothing as of true interest. Actually, the same as it was last episode, I believe. But let's go ahead in bed and we'll sleep till 8 o'clock in the morning. Snow, snow, snow. But it's not going to accumulate. I have snow accumulation turned off. So springtime should be here. We're now down to 77,000. Out the door we go, and of course we wake up. Well, it's raining, but the forecast saying it's cloudy. And yep, we just gotta wait one more month for the grass to be ready to be harvested. Bunker silo is done fermenting, but what I want to do is I want to jump over here. And already we got some tableware over here. And the water is just showing what we put into it. But that's fine. So if I go to my stock market page, in 1 month, how much money can we make from the tableware? If I can find it here. 26,199. So basically in 1 month, I almost got my money back. That's not too bad. The best time to sell it is in June, and we are in September. But we'll let it pile up. Once it starts showing green, we'll go ahead and sell it. Let's see how else. How good is our productions going here? So our orchards should be back up and running, which they are, and our fruit and vegetable production should be going pretty darn good. Actually, we're full on onions, green peppers. Yep, and then we got apples coming in, so we should be making some ketchup for the first time, and everything else is looking green. All right, let's go ahead and we'll bring the case tractor back. Don't need this over here. We'll just let everything do what it needs to be doing. Now, I don't mind filling up that little section of the field with production buildings. It was not that much of a nuisance, but being just a little bit of a kitty corner of a section, when it came time to windrowing and baling, it wasn't many rows, and I was always doing corners, and Follow Me doesn't do well on corners that well. Alright, the case, we'll be using that in a while. Let's put that there. I think I'm actually going to use the Massey Ferguson for spreading the lime. Oh, this tractor could use with a repair. You know what? We got the money. Needs to be repaired. Let's go ahead and do it. And I may have put the water pressure washer and the toolbox too close to one another. Well, I hit R. Let me activate. Okay, I went to put the hose back, and now I'm in here. All right, so we'll repair it for $52.91. There we go. Yeah, those might be a little bit too close to one another, but they're there now. But now we got a clean Massey Ferguson and a fully functional Massey Ferguson. Let me just slow down time to ×5. We need to drop off the fertilizer. Now we'll fill this up with lime, please. And we'll turn the interactive zone markers back off. Oh yeah, now on the store page, same as it was yesterday, just less of it. Alright, we'll get the lime down in our field. Looks like other farmers are doing the same thing. Check for traffic. So this could get a little expensive, but we gotta do what we gotta do. We're putting down actually a decent amount of it. But I mean, we are doing a 42 meter working width. But we gotta get this soil as best as it can, so when we harvest for the first time, we get a really, really good yield. Yeah, so harvest time is going to happen in, what, like December? I think we planted barley in the field down by the store. So in 4 months, can I get enough money to buy our combine? Like I said, we need about, actually, like $450,000 just for the combine. But then, of course, I would need to lease a header at that point. I won't be able to afford the honeybee header that I want for the farm. I don't mind leasing the forage harvester and the header for that, because I can get that harvest done in 1 day, and as we saw, we got it done in 1 hour. But now, that, as I mentioned, since we got multiple fields of different crops that are going to be harvested in different months, leasing a combine to do those fields at different times is going to start costing a lot more. And not only that, if I were to harvest the lease the combine that we harvested the field down by the store the last few times, and that header, it would take a while to harvest this field, and I'd be unloading constantly because that grain tank's only 10,000. I shouldn't say only 10,000. It's a 10,000 liter capacity in that grain tank. The combine we're going to get is over 20,000. And yep, we are out of lime. Alright, so as you saw, it's not that expensive for the lime, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be down probably around $60,000 when I get done buying all this lime for putting in this field. So let me go ahead and throw all this down, and then we'll go ahead and see how much it's going to cost me to lease a drill, and that is probably going to take me quite a while to drill this field with oats.
I promise I've really tried to keep you away from my mind, and I tell you this ain't no lie, but I've done my best to find someone new to give all my time. But all I wanna do is rewind. Oh, I guess that I cannot hide the emotions left inside. I need to stop reminiscing. I still wanna make you feel alright when I'm not. I've been like this from the beginning. I just wanna make you feel alright when I'm not. Just stop reminiscing. I just wanna make you feel alright when I'm not. I just wanna make you feel alright when I'm not. I still know you inside out. That is why you call me in the night. Oh, and these days when I'm not around, you've done your best to find someone new to give all your time. But all you wanna do is rewind. Oh, I guess that I cannot hide.
I think we got enough of the field done to where I can go ahead and, lease the drill and get that started while I finish up spreading the lime. So let's go ahead and we'll just get this ready to go. I'm hoping after this one, maybe just one more, and we will be done spreading the lime. We're going to just park that right here. Now, as for when I lease the drill, last time I did not get the fertilizer on the drill, and this time I'm not going to get it either. We got our own fertilizer spreader, so I think I'll save myself a little bit of room, or a little bit of money. And also, I think it'll give me more room for more seeds. Tank setup, can I just get it for... Trying to see if I can get it just for seeds, but looks like this one I'm going to get seed and fertilizer no matter what. So we only have two options here. It adds $3,500 to the price. Not too concerned, but if I were to lease it, of course. Wait, anything else I need to be doing? Oh, seed unit. Design 2. I think that just adds how the hoses go from... Yeah, so we don't need that at all. Yeah, that should be good right there. Ouch! 10,123 to lease that. But we need it. So let's go ahead and... Wait, September I am in the right month, right? Yes, we can plant oats. Okay. This we will need the case for. And I will refill back up here. I'll probably grab that fertilizer over there and the seed as well. So let me go down. I'm going to grab the drill. And I'll see you back here at the farm. We'll top that off and we'll get one of the Franks to start putting in our oats. And back at the farm, let's go ahead and fill this up with fertilizer first. And then we'll drop the seed on into it. I already got it set up for planting oats. Yeah, I was trying to get the setup to just do seed only on this drill. Unlike the drill I leased last time, which had the option of just having just seed. Because I was trying to get it to where I could fill up with a bunch of seed and maybe we'll get the field done in one go. And be done with it. And I can just go and fertilize afterwards. Not that big of a deal because we got the spreader. But this way is just as well, I guess. Doesn't really matter, I suppose. There's the seed. There's the fertilizer. Money going on down. While I was at the store, I kind of remembered that, you know, we got the fabric factory down there. So I took care of that. I'm like, oh yeah, we got fabric to sell. And I started looking at our stock market page, and yeah, I think we're gonna be just fine on money in buying the combine around December. Another thing I did look at is how much money I can borrow from the bank right now, and that is at 0. So the bank is like, no, you just borrowed $800,000. You're good. So yeah, we got to bring some money in before the bank will allow us to borrow some more. I mean, we do got like $1.1 million worth of loans. Actually, 100,000. Oh, sorry, 100,000. $1 million. And our loan payment per month is almost 14,000. So yeah, if I say take out loan, max allowed to be borrowed, 0. All right. Let's just go ahead and get into the field here. Don't clip that pole. All right, I did a little bit. All right, so we want to get ourselves a worker. Now I'm hoping, I've had a problem with these fields with course play because it sees, sometimes it sees field 12 and 13 and 14 as one. So let's see what it does today. Nope, it's just doing field number 12. Perfect. Open up the course. Actually, you know what I forgot to do? I need you to send you off in this general direction. Open up course. 3 headlands. Overlap. 0. 0 should be fine. I mean, it shouldn't miss that much. It will miss the corners, though. A little bit, like it always does, but nothing I can't go around and correct afterwards. Turn the beacons off. Get myself a worker, and they repaired the vehicle right away. So there's... I mean, it's something that needs to be done anyways. Why does it say nitrogen bad? Oh, I may not use any fertilizer at all because the nitrogen level is way over what it needs to be. Alright, that's going to hurt us a little bit. So if I jump back into there, it is using fertilizer in some spots, but not in most. You can see right now the fertilizer is not going down at all. So only put it down where it needs it. So I'll get some fertilizer, I'll probably get a whole bunch of fertilizer back. Alright, well, kind of forgot about that whole situation, but can't do really much about it. So we're over-fertilized. But hopefully that'll just be after one harvest. And then we'll be back to normal. Unless I put soybeans in it next, then they'll probably end up doing the same thing. So as I was mentioning with our stock market page and what we got to sell, so I was saying, I need, we'll just say $500,000 to buy a harvester and probably lease a header. If we go to our stock market page, so a couple things that are going on here. Big money. We got $100,000 worth of sugar. I could just sell the sugar straight up, in December when the price is better. The tableware, we're almost up to $30,000 worth of that in 1 month. So that's looking pretty good. And of course, now we're really making a lot of our juices and jams and ketchup and pickles. I mean, that total is not a whole lot. So, I mean, it's there. But where some of the big money is going to come in as well, the cane juice. We got $77,000 worth of cane juice currently, and that sells good in December. The bagasse and molasses also sells in November. So a lot of stuff we can sell in November just before harvest season. And yeah, I think we might be able to get ourselves our combine at that point. Oh yeah, the fabric is at $43,000, and that sells good in November. So yeah, things are looking... it may look a little bit gloomy in some ways, but I mean, we've expanded the farm pretty good this year. And now we're just making a whole bunch of money on our own without having to do contracts, which is nice. It's nice not having to do some contracts. Don't get me wrong, the contracts were great. It got us to where we are like it always does. But just working on your own farmland and not doing work on others just seems more... enjoyable, more, what's the word? You know what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to figure out the correct word I want to use here, but it seems like just earning the money on your own without doing work for others, this seems like you're accomplishing a little bit more. So I should be able to keep up easily ahead of the drill on spreading some lime. I mean, well, duh, my working width is 42 meters and that drill is 12 meters. And we already got the headland done. Now, I kind of forgot about the fertilizing aspect of it. So we're over-fertilized. That's going to hurt our environmental score bonus a little bit as well, because we bought the field. And everything's going to zero out a little bit on this field, so our average overall score is going to drop. But now that it's been direct drilled, it'll have lime spreading. And fertilizing may not show up even after harvest. Same thing for the lime. The lime won't show up until after harvest. But we've already done the soil sampling and the weed spraying. I will be doing that once the sugarcane starts to regrow. Speaking of which, when does that regrow? When does the sugarcane... So that should be technically growing again. And it is not. So I was told I don't need to do anything with the field for the sugarcane to grow back. But I'm starting to think I need to do something with it. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to go back to my no man's land. Because that's the last time I did sugarcane on my own fields and see what I had to do with it. It's not that big of a deal. This is the first month it would be starting to grow. So if it needs to be plowed or mulched... plowing doesn't sound right, because it sounds like I would get rid of the crop completely. So... maybe mulching? I could lease a mulcher and get that field done. It's not that big of a field. Yeah, 2 people said, no, you don't need to do nothing with sugarcane, but it's not growing currently. I think it's like on Goldcrest Valley when we were doing the alfalfa and clover. we had to molt stat to get it to regrow. So I think the same may need to be done here. Kind of hoping that this was my last trip going to refill the spreader with lime. Meanwhile, our worker, I believe, is on their third headland. And I did a little bit more research on the sugarcane, and from what I'm seeing, from what most people are saying is, yeah, you don't need to do anything. But I'm just curious, we are in the growing season for sugarcane, and our sugarcane, I went over to the field, and it doesn't say it's growing. So, yeah, not too sure. But luckily, you know, we got 2 months for sugarcane to grow, or to be, maybe because it's this is the time to plant it, so maybe it actually won't start growing until after planting season, which would be November then, because planting time is September and October. So maybe now is the planting time, and when we hit growing season, that's when it'll show up. So maybe I'm getting just a little bit nervous on it. The field does need to be plowed, but the problem is if I plow it, I am going to lose the sugar cane that's in the field. So I'm just going to take the hit on the loss for plowing, because I'm going to save myself that much money in seeds, and I think it's going to equal out. Plus, as we saw last season, I got more than enough sugar cane, so even a 10% loss, if that's what it is, we're okay on that. So it is going to take our worker a little while to get this field planted. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to go over the hour for the drill. Not much I can do about that. But yeah, in the end, when it comes time to harvest the oats, we'll probably sell the oats straight up. It's one of those things where I'm going to have enough money to either buy the combine or buy a silo. And I think I'm better off just having the combine and selling the oats straight up, and just taking a little bit of a hit on the loss of not selling it during the best time of the year. Because the silo that we need, depending on which one I go for, I can go for the old rusty one, the old rusty style looking of it, and that'll cost like $300,000. And if I get like this brand spanking new look of it, it's going to cost $400,000. And since I'm building up the farm for Hudson, I think he's going to want a new one, so we'll probably go with a brand new $400,000 silo. And yeah, I'd rather have the combine right now. We can sell the grain straight up. Someone also did mention maybe I should buy the grain mill if I'm going to be doing like a lot of cereal crop. And that way we can make money on flour. I didn't really want to get too heavy into productions. So I think we'll just go ahead and do what we've been doing. I didn't really want to add another production for sugar, but since we got so much sugar, not using a whole bunch of it, figured it was just as easy to do that. I gotta see if I can figure out why this production is not taking the water from the water silo like I did on my test map. Not too sure why, but it's not that big of a deal. As we saw, once I fill it up, it's probably good for like a little bit over a year. So if I got at least that water tanker every now and then, not that big of a deal. And maybe by then I'll have a truck and a tanker by then. Maybe not, but we will see at that point. Right now, I'm just using up what lime I had left. No sense of keeping it in the farmyard. Might as well put it on the grass field and just get that yield a little bit better. And I might do half silage and a little bit of hay on this one. And then we'll see how we go on the next grass cut. Maybe all silage. Silage, you know, we just went past the peak time to sell that, which is in June. So not that rush to make a whole bunch of silage and keep it for a year. So we'll make hay first. While we're over here, though, what I need to do for our productions is go to our sugar plants. And I need to scroll on down. Cane juice I got on storing. I need to put that on... Oh, wait, nope, sorry. Cane juice. Spawning. And here, cane juice. Spawning. That way it gives us more space in there. How are we doing on sugarcane? So we've gotten halfway through it, so that's not too bad. The good thing is it holds a lot of sugar. It holds 200,000 liters, which I need it to do. Same thing with this one here. Just remember, we've got 600,000 liters of sugarcane in storage. Actually, yeah, while I'm over here, let's grab our grain trailer. Let me drop off the spreader. I'll pick that up on the way back. And there is the cane juice right there. Yeah, originally I was trying to find out when I saw the icon for it. I'm like, okay, so that's the liquid. It's going to need a tanker. Then I couldn't find a tanker that was taking the cane juice and molasses. And then I was like, let's put it on spawning, see what happens. That's when I realized, oh, it's like it comes out in pallets like it does for canola, sunflower, and olive oil. It's like, where's my trigger here? Just want to empty out the grain trailer. Alright, there we go. And we'll pick up our fertilizer spreader and put that on the front. And we'll let our worker do their magic in our oat field. I mean, they got 3 headlands done already, so that's not too bad. And that took them... well, we'll just say about 20-25 minutes to get 3 headlands done. So it's probably going to take about a full hour and a half to get that field planted. Over-fertilizing kind of sucks a little bit, but that'll even itself out after a couple of harvests. But in the meantime, everything else is looking really good. I was kind of concerned about the money I needed for the harvester, but now looking at our stock market page, I think we'll be doing all right with everything else that we need to sell. And we will get to selling some of the product here in next episode. We'll still be in the month of September. But we gotta sell some apple juice and all that stuff from the production over there. And yeah, everything else that we possibly can sell. I need to bring the wool down because we're almost out of wool at the spinnery and we want to keep that going. So I'm going to hook up to that right now. And I'll be doing some work around the farm while one of the Franks, I don't know who's actually in the tractor over there planting the oats. But yeah, while they're working on that, I'll be taking care of the sheep. I'll get the wool on down. And I'll get some of the stuff prepped for selling at the beginning of the next episode. Can this double stack? No. Well, you're going to. There we go. Yeah, a bigger autoloader for the pallets would be good, but I think that will come when we can afford a truck. So that's going to be a little bit. There we go. Let's get back into here and we'll strap those in. Alright, that's good to go. And we can watch the trailer shift to the right on its own because that's what they do. So, hopefully by the beginning of next episode, we'll have this field all planted. I mean, it's looking... We're still... the expected yield is higher than the yield potential, which is still pretty good. The crop rotation is, you know, pretty darn good. pH value is good. In some areas, the nitrogen is actually showing as perfect. But we got some areas... Oh, I haven't planted there yet, so that's not going to be good. But we saw... Oh, you know what it's causing it? Is me. If it's just up here... I'm guessing when I was fertilizing the grass field, maybe sometimes when I turned, my spreader spread some fertilizer over here, and it over-fertilized. Okay, maybe not, because I don't think it would have fertilized this far over. It's still bad here. Let's take a quick run down to the other side of the field and see what that looks like. As we finally get to see the actual scope of how big this field is. It may not seem as big as it is when you're going across in a tractor, but when you got to run across it, you start to realize it's a pretty big darn field. Yeah, so I'm thinking when December comes, we sell that sugar, the sugar cane, we got fabric to sell, everything I showed you. I think we will have $500,000 to be able to afford to buy ourselves our combine that we are aiming for. Well, down here, the nitrogen is showing good. It's still a little bit above what it needed, so it should be a pretty good yield. 141% yield is what we're going to get. And oats in December, I'm sure, is going to be like the worst time to sell oats. It's not the worst time. Wait, no, I'm thinking of, that's going to be our barley field. Oats are going to be harvested, if I can find what I'm looking for here. Oats will be harvested in January. Rock bottom. Rock bottom. But we're looking at $4.27, so it's a $200 difference per 1,000 liters. I mean, not much I can do about it. And I don't want to buy as I mentioned, I don't want to buy a small silo just to store it and try to get our money back that way. We're just going to do it. I don't want to say the correct way, but we'll just sell it until we have our silo that we need. But anyways, yeah, this field will be done. And next episode, we'll sell some stuff. And then we'll move on to October, which should be cutting the grass, making some silage and some hay. And then who knows how far we'll get. But anyways, yeah, if you made this far in the video and you like what you saw, don't forget to hit that like button. Helps out the video and the channel more than you know. And also, if you haven't done so yet, maybe hit that subscribe button as well. But this is where we're going to wrap it up for today. Hope that you guys enjoyed the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always, and I'll catch you again right here in Western Australia. But until then, have a good one.